Yeah. Oh, now this is like a really popular fanfic that I really loved, but there's this one character that I hated in the fanfic, and I'm sorry if you really like her, but it's Sun Bra. Like, I do not like Sun Bra at
We
all.
mentioned her in our Hot Ones video, right?
Yeah. No, I think it was like in one of our podcasts, the last podcast we made.
Yeah, cause I think you mentioned something about Goten Black, and I was like, okay, Sunbra.
Yeah, I was like, no, no, I'm sorry,
I think I still
no,
have.
no.
Hold on, should I go check if I still have the last dab?
No, no, I don't. I can't eat that.
I won't go check the fridge real quick.
I
I'll be right
can't.
back. It might be
Uh,
expired.
all right, so while he goes check that out, I'm going to explain why. Personally, I don't like Sun Bra. So with Sun Bra, what I don't like is that she was a very overpowered character that was just born with a really high power level, which I think like that's just, in my opinion, is really stupid. Like one of the big things of Dragon Ball Z is that you earn your power, you've trained for your power, and like with Bra, she just like was born with power, and she was just like a spoiled brat throughout her life. So I didn't like that about her. But like what I really hated was that in the later story of Dragon Ball Multiverse, she was portrayed as a victim to Vegeta. That apparently Vegeta has been like abusing Bra. He even like told Bra at one point that if she doesn't behave, he's gonna like kill her, or like he's gonna be the one to like put her down. And apparently like Bra has been living in fear under Vegeta, and I'm like, when did that ever happen? Because like if you saw like in an earlier chapter of Dragon Ball Multiverse, Bra kills like Zengaya. Yeah, like I think that's how you pronounce her name, Zengaya. Like right in front of Vegeta after he like told her don't kill her, and instead of like saying like, oh well, you messed up, so I'm gonna beat you up now, like he goes, oh well, you did your best, I know you were trying your hardest, but you did your best, so let's go. Like, so I did not like Sun Bra, but like suddenly now when it's like towards the end of the story, suddenly Vegito is like an abusive father that has always been hard on Bra and has always like been unfair with Bra. And instead of like people like saying like, oh no, like I can sort of see where you're coming from, Vegito, because she is kind of like psychotic, and she did like at one point like she kills like everybody in the tournament. But then like we're supposed to believe that Vegito is wrong for like saying that we have to put her down. I'm sorry, like at that point you have a character that is like not only like willing to kill, but like her first instinct is to kill. At that point, you gotta put her down. I'm sorry, like this is Dragon Ball. You can always like revive her back, but like at that point, she's a danger to not only her family, herself, but to like the universe. So it's like that is just so out of character for me, and it's like. But it's like Dragon Ball Multiverse is like trying to portray that Vegito has always been like a bad dad, and it's like no, he was not. Just read the earlier pages of
He
Dragon Ball
spoiled her.
Multiverse.
He
Yeah,
spoiled her.
exactly.
And it's like, okay, so like when she killed everyone, that was like the Majin and everything, but still, it's like Vegeta spoiled her, trying to say like, oh, he was an abusive father. Like no, like well, the one time he put his foot down when like she killed a whole planet and Goten, and all she cared about was, oh, I transformed to Super Saiyan 2. That's awesome. She didn't even have no remorse for anyone on the planet or like her brother.
Exactly, and like that's what baffled me. Like I guess you could. No, you know what? I'm not going to defend Bra at all, because like I hate. That's how much I hate this character. I hate her more than GT Pan. I'm going to say that. Like oh my god, like what I don't like about her is that she is psychotic. She is a spoiled brat. And somehow the story wants to portray like, oh no, she's a poor victim because like, oh look at this, Vegito has been abusing No, no, Vegito just told her that if you don't get your shit together and if you don't like stop killing and if you don't take this shit seriously, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to put you down. Like I'm I'm sorry, but like I'm on Vegeto's side. Like at that point, if your child is not going to like listen to you, and if your child is displaying psychotic behavior, you as a parent have to do something about it. You as a parent have to like. Joe's putting on the angry face right now. That's how mad I am. You as a parent have to take responsibility for your child. You have to like stop her. Like and like I said, like in the next chapter, like Gotenks makes a speech about like, oh, like Sun Bra is misunderstood. She's just needed the support that you didn't give her. Dad, this is all your fault. Vegeta, you should have been understanding. Like, no, no, this is all wrong. Fuck you guys. What is this writing?
I like
Okay, Joe.
how you told me before all this started we shouldn't like bash on other fan fictions, but here we are.
I'm sorry, that's just what Sun Bra does to me. Like, anyone that, I don't know, like, just the pure mention of Sun Bra just pisses me off because, like, I'm sorry, she's a Mary Sue, and she's a spoiled Mary Sue, and then, like, the show tries to, like, portray her as, like, oh, this misunderstood angel that can do no wrong, and it was her father who did her wrong. Like, no, no, I'm sorry. No, that's not her at all.
But I will say, like I said before, we take notes on fan fiction and what to do and what not to do. And I will say, like, you know, whole like, oh, some brawl need to be put down and stuff like that. With Goten Black, will Goku have to be put him down? What's gonna happen?
Okay, so, change my eyes because I know I'm no longer angry because I want to talk about this.
Okay. Hello. Oh, here we go.
Nah, it's not that happy. Okay, so
Yeah, I think you can calm down with some last dab.
no, get that away from me. No, get that
You
away.
know what the bad thing is? The expiration date has been rubbed off. I don't know how, but it has. So, yeah, I got the last dab right here. God damn, I wish I had my donation link up right now. If we had time to set that up, I will 100% like, hey, $5, I'll do a last dab sauce. But we don't have anything like that right now, unless the YouTube membership or like the donation thing is hooked up on the YouTube. I don't know how that works, but you know.
Yeah.
If anyone feels generous, I don't know because like we can't even see that right now. We can't even see unless you have like alerts set up on your phone. But I got the last dab right here. Maybe that'll be like a finale or something. I can't see the expiration date, but I doubt one dab will kill me.
Alright, so but like going back to like what Joe was saying earlier with like Goten Black and how we kind of diverted from Sun Bra. Okay, so I remember at one point when I was ranting about Sun Bra to Joe about how like I didn't like how this parent, because like like I said before, like I kind of side with Vegeta. Like at that point, when your child is displaying this much psychotic behavior, you do as a parent have to put them down in a case because like if they're not going to listen to you and if they're not going to make an effort to better themselves, what can you really do as a parent? Especially if like they have the power to like massacre not just one planet but like solar systems with the tip of their finger. So while I was ranting to this to Joe, I was thinking to myself, why don't we have that in Goten Black? Because I do want to have that as a big issue with Goku and Goten Black. Because like Goku does want to save his son, and he does want to bring Goten Black back from the life and like have him redeem. But if Goten Black at this point does not want to listen to Goku, and it does not want to even think about redemption. He's just out for revenge and he's gonna kill and maim and hurt whoever gets in his way. What can Goku really do as a father but to like put him down? So that's kind of like one of the big dramas that Goten Black is going to have further in the story. That might be like my exception to the spoilers, but like
there's something like that going on in a certain manga and a certain anime right now. I don't want to say which anime, but I think we both know. What?
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm talking about when a father has a conundrum of whether or not he has to like kill his son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say it 'cause no spoilers, because it's like a big revelation.
Yeah. All right, so I haven't been keeping up with that one yet, but maybe I'll like take a look at that. So maybe I can get like some inspiration by how that story goes. But like I already have like the big key details in the story so far. Yeah. Right, there is some. Alright, so there's another one. Goten Black is such a better idea than Goku Black. It's such wasted potential. Aw, thanks. Appreciate it.
Like everyone thought, Goku Black was Goten based on the long sleeves.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So funny story. When Goku Black was coming out, I was one of those fangirls that kept on like pushing that it's gonna be Goten, it's gonna be Goten. And I remember I was talking to some of my co-workers at the time that it was going to be Goten, and they kept on telling me like that would be a terrible idea. Nobody would want to watch that because Goten is like such a nice character, and that I'm crazy, and that could never work because it would be bad writing. Well, look at me now! I showed you! Alright, so next question. Or next comment. Funny enough, there's a fan comic that takes place after DBM where Universe 16 Bra is in prison for what happened.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Oh yeah, I did talk to Joe about it, and I'm interested in that because finally consequences to her. I really hate it when there's this really bad trope in shows where it's a character can act as bratty as they can, but because that they have a tragic backstory or something bad happened to them in their childhood, the world must forgive them. And there's no consequences whatsoever, which I call patooey. There should be consequences. It doesn't matter if you have a really tragic backstory. People should still take accountability for what they do. Your backstory explains who you are as a person, but it does not excuse your, bad behavior. That's just how life is. I'm sorry.